Okay, so this is the mask. I used foam from Dollarama. Pretty nice. I cut out my face like in paper. I didn't like the other half, so I'm going to be doing it. Oh, I didn't use. No, wait. This is the bad half. Don't look at that one. That's bad. I used this half to make it, and all you really have to do is put a piece of paper on your face and make sure it goes over a little bit, pass over your forehead and chin. Then if you can actually cut it in like equal parts, unlike what I did, you can trace it out on your foam board. Make sure to leave an extra inch out so it will actually fit your face, not just by like this much, but you'll have some room, because we all need room. And then instead of cutting it and then warming it up after, because what I decided, instead of cutting this, because I don't exactly have a Dremel, because my Dremel broke at this. It broke. I don't know what I was trying to do there. I made lines and incisions on where I want my lines to be cut for the mask. And I number them off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my heat gun, which I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to heat it up a bit and make sure it's kind of more like a masky type and then I'm going to cut it, and it should be able, or actually no, I'm going to heat it up and then cut it. Actually, maybe I could cut it and heat it up after. I don't know. I don't like that idea. I'm just going to heat it up first, cut it as much as I can, and then afterwards leave some space open for me to see, because I cannot see with this thing on. I probably won't be able to see. But yeah, let's get to heating this thing up. Also, don't forget to number things, because I would always forget to number it, because I'm like, oh, what's the point of numbering? And then I regret it so bad not numbering things. So now I number everything, so I know which piece goes where. It's really helpful. It may seem like some extra work or complicated. No, it's not. It's really, really helpful. So what you want to do is you want to grab this. I kind of already heated it up a little bit, but I'll do it again. Make sure this is like away. Don't touch this because it's really hot. Touching this right now, it's pretty hot. You see, it's hot. Yeah. So you turn it on. And you kind of just fold it to your choosing. I don't want to fold it too much, because, you know, it doesn't have to be complete. I just want it to be a nice little curve. That's a nice fit. Put something in the middle. I just fold it like that. And there you go. You know, you can let it dry. I'm not trying to cool off. And it should be like this. And then you kind of just gotta change that. It's kind of hard to do with nail, but you get the hang of it. And ta-da, you know. So when cutting this, I already cut some seams here. You want to make sure that it is, well, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can literally go any, okay, I'm not gonna cut it. But yeah, when you're cutting it, it literally can go any way you want. because this doesn't have to be perfect. The picture I have online, it isn't perfect. It's supposed to be messy and gruesome, you know, bloody and stuff. So it's okay if you make some errors here. You can just add them like the scratch marks there, which is fine. So if you mess up a little like I did here, just don't think about it. Keep doing your work. You can always fix it or make it part of your mask later on. Alright? Some cosplay positivity and motivation not to freak out when you mess up. So for this, when you're gluing it, you wanna kinda start from one side and make yourself to the other side. I cut it pretty well and the sides fit, and because I heated up before, if I kind of bend them, they kind of stay that way. You see it's like kind of lifted up here, so that's good. So it'll be kind of in the shape of the mask originally, so that's great. So that's what you want to keep on doing, and just kind of glue here and glue this piece. I'll glue this piece together on camera to show you. So I don't know how close this is, but I'm gonna try to keep it far here. So I don't know how this ended up being too big for this. I seriously don't know how. I might want to cut it a little bit here, but excuse me. I'm gonna try. You see, there's holes in it, but that's okay. You know, it's part of your cosplay. Okay, I don't like. There's this. You know when you glue things, there's this small little glue thing on it, and it's just really annoying. Like when you glue things and like little hairs, I like to call them hairs of glue, they get on that. Yeah, that's a big no. Okay, so you want to grab it, take your glue gun, and we're just going to do this side a little bit. You just need to press on it a little bit, and then kind of just glue it down here. Haha. And when this part is done, oopsies, yeah, my glue gun is having a hard time staying. See, oh, look at these hairs, they're coming back again. Ew, we do not want them. So you want to take it and kind of, this probably won't be accurate because again, for some reason, it's not in like height with this, which kind of pisses me off. So you gotta hold it down. You know, try to hold it straight. And try to make sure no glue seams come on top, because that's not something that wants to be shown when you are making said cosplay. So you want to hold it kind of straight. Want to hold it straight like this. What you want to do, you want to grab this side and kind of curve it to how the mask originally was, and it shouldn't be so hard because, you know, it's not memory foam, but it should remember, because, you know, foam has feelings, it should remember somewhat of what it was before. That is really spiky, I don't like that. Obviously, it's not the finished product, but you see, more hairs are starting to pop up everywhere. This is why you need to like look at this, make sure everything's okay. And of course, I'm gonna add indents with like cuts here and there, and just have fun with it. Then Mod Podge it, and then paint it to my desirable choice. And yeah, I will continue that. So guys, this is the final product. I glued on a strap on the back so I can stay on my face. You might want to make this a little bigger because this is stuck, like straight up stuck to my nose. And actually, it's hard to breathe a little bit. So now I understand why killers always go because like it's hard to breathe in this. I know I didn't record painting. I'm recording this on my phone. I wish I could have showed you how I painted, but what I did, I can show you what I used, what brushes I used, and how I used to make this. So I used a baking clay, you know, the ones that you put in the oven and bakes, and I just kind of like lined it up. I don't like how this ended up. I thought it would be more sideways, but there's too much here. If I had a different material, I would have used it. And I wanted to put squares on this because it looks like it has squares. So, but I didn't have the materials and I needed this in like a day. So I made this in a day and I needed it for today. I made this yesterday, I needed it for today. Made this on Friday or Saturday. Yes. English. And so basically, after I put these things on and everything was intact, I used some Mod Podge. This one, I mean, they're both the same, but it's this matte one. It's also, you know, water-based sealer, glue, and finish. Not sponsored, but, like, you should use it if you don't have, like, you know, the good money to actually get good sealer or primer. And, yeah, it's... After that, I did a couple of coats with normal white paint. After that... Oh, yeah. Before I put the Mod Podge in, I actually made cuts incisions with my X-Acto knife, so I have a lot of cuts on them. You can see, oh, that's hair. Gross. We don't need that there. Oh my god. Okay. I actually put a lot of cuts on them because what I tried to do I refrained from looking at it because I didn't want it to kind of seem like it like I had... Basically, I wanted it to be random cuts. And so I was watching TV, and I looked at the TV. I grabbed my broken X-Acto knife because it chipped. And I kind of just went crazy everywhere. And whatever cut that I think looked nice, I grabbed my better X-Acto knife, and I made incisions in it. But it still didn't really notice after I painted white. So I grabbed the Sharpie and kind of went over it. I feel like I should have used black paint, but I'm pretty happy with the way it is, honestly. The foam is from Dollarama. I mean, yeah, okay. Afterwards, it was kind of just plainly white and seemed a little too clean and kind of disappointed me, so I wanted to make it more dirty. What I did was I mixed up some flesh color paint with some white paint and put a little water in it and grabbed my sponge and kind of sponged it everywhere and dabbed everywhere I could on top of the white after I put the black in, and then I painted the silver with silver paint, and for the kind of rustiness I grabbed brown acrylic paint right there and red one right there, and I mixed it up with water, sponged it up everywhere. And yeah, and then I wiped it off because I wanted to make it look like it was stained and stuff. So, this is Susie mask, and that's how I made it. Pretty cool. Yep.